Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because this will definitely be a November to remember, to say the least. Please, as always, like this videos, hit the subscribe button. Today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But first things first, guys, there was a massive lawsuit that has been talked about over the course of the last few months in regards to how real estate agents are paid. And there was a Missouri case that came down that was absolutely devastating to the real estate industry because first things first, there was two cases that were settled in the last month. One case paid $55 million, one paid $83 million. It was, you had Remax and you had Anywhere USA properties that paid this. And again, people were like, yeah, that's insane. They overpaid. They should not have settled for that. Well, in this other case in Missouri, they just got awarded, the plaintiffs did, $1.8 billion because what has been under scrutiny lately, and it's coming from even the Department of Justice, is it fair that you have a homeowner selling their house and they're going to give up 5 to 6% of the value of their house to real estate agents? Now, basically, the way it works is you have a listing agent who gets half the commission, and you get the buyer's agent that gets half the commission. But the seller is the one caught holding the bag. And this is the bone of contention. Why? Why, as a seller, should I be paying the buyer's agent? And this is going to be huge because Remax and Anywhere, they agreed that they would give up the word realtor. They would not use the word realtor because it is copywritten. So now you've got these two companies that just got clobbered with $1.8 million in judgments. And, this had major ramifications because Zillow stock, which, by the way, Zillow stock is down about 80% since its high in 2021. It went down another 7% yesterday. You've got Compass Real Estate, which is one of the largest realty companies in the country, down. You've got Redfin down. Both collectively, those are down about 6% apiece. So catastrophic, guys, absolutely catastrophic. But the Department of Justice is saying that this is not fair, that these agents are getting this money, and it's absolutely insane that they've gotten this. So you're going to see this. Now, the defendants in this case said, hey, we're going to appeal this. Good luck with that. I always love when people say things like that. You've got to post bonds. You have to have reasons why this was done. It's just not something that they overturn a decision. It's, highly unlikely. So you've got that to look forward to in the future. The mortgage industry, you just had Wells Fargo step forward on Halloween and say, listen, get ready for 8% mortgages. Everybody needs to be used to this. Everybody needs to accept these prices, regardless of the high prices for loans, and the fact that this is not going to come down anytime soon. Most likely, the Fed's going to hold interest rates today, and with that, you're going to see interest rates for mortgages still go through the roof if you can afford it. Now, I have seen so many videos on this that I could bore you guys with, but basically the average house 3 years ago went from a $2,100 a month payment to almost $4,000 a month right now. It's just crazy. And then you throw into the wild card of insurance and taxes and everything else like that, because property taxes around the country have gone through the roof and nobody wants to even mention that. Next thing is here in California, in Los Angeles County, Los Angeles has a no bail policy as of October 1st. And they want you to know, hey, it's going great. It's going fantastic. There is no issues. Only 3% of the people that we let out have committed additional crimes. Oh, okay. That's good to know. The problem that you have is that 29 cities in Los Angeles County have sued the county, saying this is insane. You have to lock these people up. These people cannot have no bail. There is no deterrent for crime right now. And it's just running wild. I mean, I could do an hour on this right now, but this is the lunacy that's in this world, and that people don't want to admit how bad this is and just letting these people out. Here's your parking ticket. Show up at a later date. So there's already a lawsuit for this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. And again, all it's going to take is one official to get themselves, accosted in some serious way, and that will be the end of this. I hope you guys like this. I couldn't get out today because of the weather, so I filmed with the beach scene in the background. I hope you guys enjoy this. Seems like you guys have in the past, so I just thought it's the perfect time to do this. And again, everything that's going on in this world right now, think about this, guys. We've got an election a year from now. Now, I, for one, think that we haven't seen anything yet. I think you're going to see twists and turns like none of us have ever expected. And I don't think that all these players are going to be there. I think that our governor of our state is basically running for president right now, de facto president right now. And I just think of all the crime. I think of the drug problems. I think of the border problems. I think of everything that we have in our state right now that is completely upside down. And this guy's doing the fantasy world tour like he's, the band U2 or something. It's just crazy. So let me know what you guys think about that, because I think it's nuts right now. And, there's a lot more to cover in this video. Now, welcome to November, the November to remember. You're going to have 4 more insurance companies leave California. Okay, and I need a cheat sheet for this, so bear with me. But you're going to have Menistar Insurance Company, Unitrin Auto and Home Insurance Company, Unitrin Direct Property leave, and Direct Property and Casualty Company, and Kemper Insurance Company. Now, here's the thing about Kemper. I have a really good friend that I've known since high school who is the commercial agent for Kemper for Southern California. And he gave me a little bit of a tidbit, a few months ago, where he said, listen, we're kind of putting things on hold right now. We're not letting agents write new policies, and we're really scrutinizing all this work right now. So they're done. They're pulling out of California. So if you have a commercial policy with one of these companies, what are you going to do? Now, they're blaming everything on wildfires. Now, if you own a commercial business, how is wildfires the big problem? Seriously, I don't know how it is. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come up with this and say that it's all wildfires. But, man, oh man, it is so expensive to get insurance right now. I have people that write me all the time and tell me how they go to renew their policy and it literally is 3 times the price right now. And it's only went up 12%. And they say things like that. And we all know that that's not true. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. The real estate agents out there right now that are, that are working for these firms, they're going to have a real problem, because when you have all these stocks that go down, like Zillow and Redfin and Compass and things like that, people are asking questions. Why are we doing this? Now, Zillow doesn't sell houses. Zillow is the marketing company for basically buyers agents and buyers. And they have a nice little niche. They wanted to get in the real estate market and buy property, and they just bought things willy-nilly using their own guidelines, and that turned out to be an absolute disaster. There's a couple companies still buying properties, but it is insane. And you haven't seen anything yet as far as the real estate industry getting affected by this. So mortgage companies are in big trouble. The real estate companies are in big trouble. And, they're going to lower interest rates. It's going to be no problem, Dan. You're going to see interest rates go down in January. Okay, guys. Remember, personal consumption expenditure. That's what we pay. And that's basically what the Fed uses for their guidelines for inflation is still going up right now. And, Stanley Druckenmiller, when I had Jack on the show last week, he runs Duquesne's investment firm, and he stopped it in like 2015, I believe, somewhere around there, now has a family office. This guy said, Janet Yellen really blew it. Janet Yellen basically could have refinanced our debt when interest rates were really low in 2020 and 2021 and 2022, and didn't. So with that, you've got us paying more money for our national debt than ever, and Janet, Yellen is basically sitting on the sidelines with this. So great stories below. Check them out. Let me know your thoughts so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The instability in the world has not changed. And one thing that you need to do before the end of the year is you need to look at your retirement accounts. And the best thing to do is call Patriot Gold Group today. Call them at 888-330-1431 and find out how you can get a free investor guide and find out how you can get a no fee for life IRA. Contact them today. So many people have. They've got the best customer service. They've been #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 7 years in a row now. They sell gold, they sell silver, they sell it all. But you need to contact them and you need to look at having a portfolio that has precious metals in it. The instability in the world is not going to go away. You need to protect yourself and protect your retirement and protect your future. Do it now before it's too late. Look at what all the billionaires are doing. Look at what central banks are doing. They're buying gold. Call them today. Patriot Gold's number is 888-330-1431. Contact them today. Now, we were talking about real estate earlier. We're going to add some more real estate stories right now that are crazy. First things first, we've all heard about WeWork. WeWork at one point was worth $47 billion. Unbelievable. Well, they just missed a bond payment of just over $6 million, which still is staggering. It's a staggering amount of money. I hated the business model. I couldn't stand the company. We tried to have events there at WeWork when I was in the medical space, and I didn't like it because of the free love atmosphere that they have. You can have your people here and we can charge you for these venues, but you can't restrict people from walking in and showing up. And I'm like, well, it's a private event. Well, it's not private here. And I attended other events at places like this, and you just would have people show up for the free food and take your stuff, and they would have beer free flowing inside these locations. It was absolutely insane. Beanbag chairs, and it's ridiculous. And this was going to revolutionize, office space. And now they are, worthless. They're going to file bankruptcy in the next week. Next thing is so many people are ignoring New York State's mandate that you have to register your Airbnbs. What that means is that if you want to have an Airbnb, it has to be approved by the state of New York. People are going, forget it, okay? And there's a great story, this woman who is, selling her unit for $1,000 a night on Airbnb, telling that it'll sleep 16, come on down. I mean, this is crazy, guys. There's no rhyme or reason or no respect to this, and it's getting out of control. But the owner of the building now is suing the woman because they got fined $12,000. Hey, your property's not registered in the state, and it's being listed on Airbnb. I can't control it. It's my tenant. My tenant's doing it. They're saying tough. There's nothing to do with that. It's your responsibility as the owner, which is unfair because the tenant's the one that's selling this on Airbnb right now. And another great story out of San Jose, and that is there is a house that is just outside of San Jose. It's selling at $1.55 million, $1,550,000, 2,743 square feet, beautiful home, 6 bedroom, 4 bathrooms. Okay, there's one drawback to it, and it's listed by Keller Williams, who should be ashamed of themselves. But the house used to be a meth lab. Okay, so they manufactured crystal meth in the garage, and you have to take the house as is. It's priced to compete with the neighbors, so it's a similar price that you can get from another meth lab in the neighborhood or another house in the neighborhood. But that is insane. Now, from growing up in construction, could you imagine any biohazard, anything. Mold on the wall, they freak out and they hazmat the place. But you got Walter White in there, manufacturing crystal meth in the garage, and you're supposed to live there? Who? Who could live there? I mean, think about all the particles of chemicals and, crystal meth floating. Hey, whoa, fire up that air conditioning. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. It's just getting crazy. But before the fall off, before everything goes down for the count, you're still going to see insanity like this. You're still going to see properties sell for these insane amounts of money. And again, take a look. Look at the listing below. I mean, the link is there, so you can make a move for that if you guys want to live in the San Jose area. There should be a punchline with this. And the rich of the world don't have a care in the world, and they spend their money just like that. They just don't care about anything. Ken Griffin of Citadel, he just flew 1,200 people to Disney in Tokyo and had a private party and had Maroon 5, the band, sing and perform for them. This cost millions of dollars to do this. And we were talking about the ridiculousness of Disney and the ridiculousness of what rich people are doing. But I really highly implore you guys to see the movie Dumb Money, because Ken Griffin is portrayed in it, and he didn't like the way he was portrayed because, well, I look kind of standoffish. No, he looks like the guy he is. It looks like a billionaire fat cat who's got money to fly 1,200 people to Disney. Now, hey, this is to celebrate the anniversary of Citadel and his company, and this is what this was. And Dan, you're just jealous, Dan, that you can't go to Disney in Tokyo. Oh, I'm going to pass, guys. So share your thoughts on this. But again, guys, the rich of the world are doing, everything they can to have a good time all the time. Share your thoughts on this. Here's a couple things in the economy that I was shocked when I learned. Student loan repayments are about to start, and people are going to have to, make these payments that they haven't made in 3 years. How about this? If you are on Social Security, now think about this. You've been paying your student loan debt for decades now, still not paid off, and you're getting Social Security, you can get that levied. They can garnish that and take 15% of your Social Security. Is that horrible? Sometimes even more if you go into straight default, and they can take a larger percentage of it. So that is absolutely devastating. And the next thing is the average family with childcare. It's funny, I was in a restaurant and we were at a Teppan place, like a Benihana type place. And the family with us had these 2 kids. They were great. They were 5 and 3, really well behaved, just having a good time, enjoying the show. And we started talking about childcare and working, and they both parents worked, and how they're going to start doing this and what's it going to cost. I'm like, my kids are in their 20s now. I mean, I couldn't even imagine this. Well, found a great article about this. The average family spends $700 a month per child to have childcare. That is outrageous, guys. It's a fortune. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He says, there's an illegal daycare behind my house. And I'm like, yeah, no kidding. There is. These people want to have ways to save money, to have somebody watch their kids so they can work. But everything is chipping away at us right now, guys. So, we had a really good program when I was married, that we would drop the kids off at school. They had a van that would pick the kids up at different times of the day, take the kids, feed the kids. Kids would play with their friends, and we had to pick them up between 5 and 6 o'clock, and that was the rule. And the place was fantastic. My kids still talk about that place today, and it would have been child abuse if they would have been denied that. But that cost a little bit of money to do that. And I feel for these parents right now, because wages are going down, you're not making nearly as much. And for those of you out there with grandkids and things like that, I have a buddy of mine that his wife watches the grandkids 3 days a week, when the other ones go to school, and it's just saved the parents a fortune. So you're going to start to see more and more things like this, where people are going to have to be resourceful and help each other out. The churches, you can say, oh, send them to the church. Well, the churches want money. Every church daycare I know costs money to send them there. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff. I'm going to end this video with these last couple stories. And the UAW strike looks like it's done. And what happens? Toyota immediately raised their price to workers here in the United States by $3 an hour. About $36 an hour for people on the line, and skilled tradespeople, about $46 an hour is what they're going to get now. Basically $3.94 an hour is what they immediately raised those wages to. Final story is Elon Musk. There was a lawsuit in Menifee, California, where someone stated that the accident that they were involved in and the death was caused by self-driving mode on a Tesla. And they wanted $400 million from Tesla. And Tesla won. It was proven that they couldn't prove that it was the self-driving that caused the accident, and they were not held liable for this. So, man, oh man, you're going to see lots of these lawsuits, I think. And I think this is just the beginning of this. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff. If you want to email me, okay, it is hello@iallegedly.com. I've said hello at iAllegedly before, and people say that doesn't work. You need to have .com after it. Like, subscribe. I will see you guys very soon. Hope you guys like the background like this, and onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon.